is News 4 San Antonio today.
Breaking news, a U.S. Postal Service driver is dead after a terrible crash on the northeast side, and early indications of what investigators think caused the driver to veer off the road are coming out.
Also developing right now, the Senate Judiciary Committee has just gotten the FBI's investigation report on Judge Brett Kavanaugh. New developments that result in a full Senate vote on Kavanaugh before the week is up. But first, let's check in with Jeanette Kaye, get an idea of what's going to go on weather-wise today and through the weekend as well, possibly. Jeanette?
All right, so today the weather will be a repeat of yesterday and much of the same tomorrow. We'll see some changes, though, over the weekend. A live look outside from our World Car weather cam. We have the low clouds and patchy fog again this morning. Currently 75 degrees, 71 degree dew points, any dew point temperature over 70 degrees. That means it's super humid outside. Air temperatures across San Antonio and around Bexar County at 75 in Schertz, 74 degrees in Bulverde, 75 in Campobolas. Current temperatures in the Hill Country in the low 70s, elsewhere closer to the mid 70s. Visibility at the airport is actually down to about 4 or 5 miles because of the fog. Now under a mile in Boerne, about a mile in Gonzales, Cuero, and Goliad, a half a mile visibility in Pleasanton. Watch for areas of fog during your morning commute. May also see some drizzle and mist. Visibility improves after 9-10 o'clock in the morning. 74 degrees at the bus stop for the kiddos. Heading home, it's going to feel like summer. Mostly sunny, hot and humid with a high of 89 degrees. So all of the 4 zones will see the cloud cover this morning and then gradually clearing out. Only zone that could see a couple to a few showers today is the eastern zone. So unfortunately, no chance of any cool down over the next couple of days. But today, I can guarantee a 100% chance of tacos.
Oh.
Taco confetti!
Raining tacos.
Now that's what we like falling from the sky.
That's what's going on in everybody's brains today.
National Taco Day on this Thursday. Woo!
What
So it's Taco Thursday.
It feels like
And
a
there's a
4-day
taco
weekend,
truck
yes?
outside.
What?
So we're getting ready to get our taco
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Maximum.
on. Mr. Maximum,
Mr. Maximum.
Yes.
coming for you.
David and I were just talking about the lack of tacos. I came from Mobile, Alabama. There's not one breakfast taco spot to be found at all.
Like-
Nothing.
The interesting thing was Dave asked you, he's like, well, what did you do?
There's lots of donuts.
Like,
there
what
was
did you
lots
do in
of
life? Like,
shrimp
what did
and
you
grits.
do?
Well, you're a Texas girl, so I mean, you grew up. I mean, if you grew up in
Yeah.
Texas, certainly San Antonio, but really anywhere in Texas, you grew up with breakfast tacos and enchiladas, and it's just
Breakfast
what do you want to
burritos, whatever
have?
you wanna call
You don't
them.
go have Mexican food. You just have food.
Yeah.
And you said in Chicago, it's just like just eat something.
Just different kinds of food. It's not the, it's just all sorts of food.
Feel sorry
We don't
for you.
have taco confetti anywhere but right here. Thank you,
On News
Jeanette.
4.
Yeah.
That's where you can find all the tacos, more tacos than you can handle.
All right, so we'll
More than your heart
celebrate
desires.
National Taco Day, but a lot of folks getting on the road, maybe getting breakfast tacos on their way to work. What does the commute look like?
Well, they're definitely going to have to leave a little early if they want to get tacos on National Taco Day before they head to work. But so far, so good. Things look good for your morning commute in most areas. The only thing we're looking at that is going to be a problem this morning is going to be an accident on 35 southbound at Weidner, and this is what you see here on your screen. They have the frontage road that is completely blocked. If you guys are headed southbound, I would suggest that you exit O'Connor, which is one exit right before this area, and that should help you get around this big mess here. And once again, we have Christina De Leon, who's on scene. She's monitoring this accident, giving you the very latest, and once again, it is a fatal accident.
All right, Zora, thank you. In fact, we want to go live to there. Again, a U.S. Postal Service truck overturned, burst into flames. This is the accident that we've been following and investigating all morning long, reporting on. This is at I-35 in Weidner on the northeast side of San Antonio. And as Zora said, Christina De Leon has been there on the scene for hours. Christina, what's the very latest that you know?
Well, they are trying to clear things up and get this access road back open. You can see there are CPS trucks here on the scene. You can see the flashing lights ahead, and it simply hasn't cleared yet. It will take some time. That's according to police. Here's what we know about how all of this unfolded. It was around 1:15 this morning that police were called here to 35 southbound at the access road past Weidner. They tell us the driver was heading south on the highway. He was heading to the main post office off Perrin Vital Road. That's when somehow he lost control, flew off the highway, and landed in the ditch alongside the access road down below. His trailer then flipped and fell on top of the cab, which then burst into flames, and unfortunately he died at the scene. A utility pole during all of this mess was also taken out, and that's why there is no power in that side of the road, and that's why CPS crews here are on the scene. Now, traffic investigators are going to be looking into what caused this driver to lose control. They're talking to the drivers who actually spotted the driver of this tractor trailer in the moments before the crash to see what may have caused him to veer off, including whether or not he may have been asleep behind the wheel. Obviously, there was a lot of cargo in the back of that postal truck. A new postal truck has come in to take some of that newer cargo and what is salvageable back to where it needs to go this morning. We'll bring you the latest and more updates as soon as we get them in the next half hour. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. Developing right now, we're getting pictures and videos of vigils against Judge Brett Kavanaugh from overnight. Some people marched to the U.S. Supreme Court and held signs reading Kavanaugh and shined a projector on the court reading #StopKavanaugh.
Well, this all comes as more senators are expected to start reading the FBI's background investigation into Judge Kavanaugh. The extended investigation focuses on accusations of sexual misconduct aimed at the judge. This comes on the heels of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell setting up a key procedural vote on Kavanaugh's nomination, which should come as early as tomorrow.
It's time to put this embarrassing spectacle behind us. The American people are sick of the display that's been put on here in the United States Senate in the guise of a confirmation process.
To say Democrats are causing delay coming from the same man who delayed the nomination of Supreme Court Justice Merrick Garland for over 300 days without a shrug of his shoulders? Give me a break.
The procedural vote could possibly lead to a final Senate vote on Saturday.
And here at home, Crime Stoppers just released 3 pictures hoping to catch a fast food robber. He was seen on Saturday, September 29th at Jack in the Box on North New Braunfels around 6 a.m. According to the report, he walked in, flashed a gun, and ordered employees to get on the ground. Then he demanded all the money from the cash registers. If you know anything about this crime, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
Time now, 6:07. At this hour, police are on the hunt for a wanted man who took off during a chase. Now, they were searching for him last night on the northwest side of San Antonio along I-10 near 1604. SAPD tell us that this started as a Boerne police chase. Investigators there in Boerne were chasing a man driving down I-10. The suspect then wrecked. He took off running into a wooded area. At last check, police are still looking for this guy.
A mother and teacher vanishes from her home. The 4 items she left behind that has investigators thinking someone took her.
Welcome back. Good Thursday morning, 6:10 now. Here's what you can expect weather-wise. Another hot and humid day. You'll definitely feel the humidity this morning, and you also have to watch for a little fog on your morning commute. We'll see some showers, but just some very couple to a few showers in the eastern zone this afternoon. This weekend, all of us will see the rain chances coming back. A live look outside from our World Car Weather Cam. It's 75 degrees, south wind at 8 miles an hour. Here's your forecast for the day. We have the clouds this morning and then gradually becoming mostly sunny. Forecast high of 89 degrees. It's going to feel like we're in the low 90s though because of the humidity. How long is the summer-like weather going to last, and when does the rain come back? I'll have your 4-zone forecast in just under 10 minutes.
All right, Jeanette, thanks. Coming up on 6:15, which means your morning commute is either about to start, has started, but you're getting out there pretty soon.
Zora has your on-time traffic. Zora, what are you seeing right now? It looks like there's still from that bad crash on Weidner and 35. There's a mess there.
Definitely, Alexis and David. We're still monitoring this here at 35 southbound at Weidner. This is where Christina De Leon has been all morning long after a very bad accident, a fatal accident, in fact, caused a lot of these frontage road lanes here to be closed. And so they're actually advising people to get on the highway. So that's something to watch out for this morning. If you do take 35 headed southbound, I would advise to exit O'Connor if you can. Also taking a look here at drive times. Things look pretty good so far. Nothing major really to worry about. 63 miles per hour is just how fast they're traveling there on West 90, 1604 on the eastbound side, 67 miles per hour this morning. And then last but not least, I-10 westbound between Guadalupe and Gonzales County, 69 miles per hour. Speeds look good as well for your morning drive. Take a look, no red or yellow on the screen, which is great news for your morning commute. So I'll have the very latest coming up in just a little bit with more on-time traffic.
It's National Taco Day, so we're going to tell everyone where they can score the best deals on tacos. We know where we're getting our deals.
Our parking lot.
Here.
Good friends, Mr. Maximum have been kind enough to show up. So the morning crew, we're all going to stuff our faces with tacos after the show, but we're going to hang out with them.
We have to wait till after?
Oh,
During the
they do
show.
it now.
We're doing
Alex,
it
come
during-
here
where
real
are we
quick. I just
going?
want to see if they're working. Oh, they're working. Yeah, come here real quick. They're getting ready.
behind
We're
the
just going to put you
scenes.
guys on TV. We want. Look, they're already working. They're already getting ready. National
Hard at
Taco
work.
Day. How will you celebrate? The fine folks at Mr. Maximum will help us out as well. Much more here on News 4 San Antonio today. Right after this. You think they have chorizo?
In your morning rundown now, Los Angeles police are seeking a fourth murder charge against this Houston man, Ramon Escobar. He was charged last week for killing 3 homeless people in the LA area. Now investigators say his fourth victim died on Saturday. He's accused of beating homeless people to death.
A Maine husband is pleading for his wife to come home. 47-year-old teacher and mother Kristen Westra was seen last Sunday night. Now, her husband says that she disappeared. She didn't have a phone, her keys, her wallet, or a car. Family members say she's been under a lot of stress. Police are looking into foul play.
There's an egg recall. Apparently, it's connected to 40 cases of salmonella in 7 states. The recall is for the Alabama Gravel Ridge Farms cage-free large eggs. There have been no cases in Texas and no deaths. The FDA and the CDC and state health officials are all investigating.
And we've been talking about it all morning. It's National Taco Day, or a day that ends in Y here in San Antonio. A few restaurants around town, by the way, are offering some happy hour deals. You got places like Pico de Gallo restaurant, Viva Villas, La Margarita, of course, Mi Tierra. The deals range from as low as $1 for a breakfast taco all the way to possibly $3.50 for a beef taco. So we've got all those deals and more on our website, news4sanantonio.com. And in honor of National Taco Day, there we go. There we go. We have Jeanette Nisara.
favorites.
We have
David and Egg.
David and egg.
David and Egg.
Alexis and
and cheese.
I like Alexis and queso better. It sounds more dramatic.
I like that.
This
I
is
always wanted to wake up
fantastic.
like this.
Tell me this wouldn't be the best way to sleep.
Wrapped in a tortilla.
Yes.
A warm
Oh,
tortilla.
warm tortilla.
Oh, mine is double stuffed with Zora.
Oh, I like that.
double stuffed
Great.
tortilla. There you go.
You guys tell us, where is your favorite taco place? I mean, it's like trying to pick your favorite kid. Can't do it.
Yes.
Well, I want some Zora and my egg and my cheese one. There we go.
There we go.
There she
There we
is. Yay.
Yeah, send us your favorite taco place, your favorite kind of taco. By the way, I know so many people are going to do this.
Feel
They're
like
going
we're
to say
the
my
Brady
mom,
Bunch.
my mom or my grandmother,
makes
right?
the
Like, I
best.
mean, and that's so true. So let's just say, mom and grandma's, those are number one. Give us your place
Your
where you go
second
and buy
favorite,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way, otherwise, we're just going to come to your house every morning and make mom make us tacos.
Pull your covers off and shake you awake till your mom makes us those tacos.
All right, Gina, what's going on weather-wise today?
Well, another summer-like morning with the humidity, with the warm temperatures. Also seeing areas of fog. It is currently 75 and cloudy in the city with patchy fog, a little more dense fog in the eastern zone. Low temperatures up in the hill country in the lower 70s. I think we're going to top out in the upper 80s again this afternoon. This comes after a very warm Wednesday. Yesterday we got to 88 degrees. Today closer to 89, and even a lot of 90s, low 90s, especially to the south and west. New Braunfels may actually hit 90 degrees this afternoon. Dew point temperatures, well, the air is still very saturated, so it feels extra muggy this morning. Dew points in the widespread 70s. Visibility at the airport between 4 to 5 miles. Lower visibility because of the fog in Bernie. About 1.2 in Gonzales. A half a mile visibility in Pleasanton. Just be extra careful. We should see visibility improving as we get closer to mid-morning, about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. No rain showing up here on radar. The precipitation is too light for radar to pick it up, but just know that you may need to use the windshield wipers at times on your morning commute because of the condensation, first of all, on the car windshield, and perhaps even you may drive through areas of drizzle drizzle or mist. This afternoon, there will be just a couple to a few showers in the far eastern zone, some of that drifting to the northwest, but staying east of Bexar County. Tomorrow morning, some low clouds, maybe patchy fog and drizzle. This afternoon, it's going to turn out mostly sunny. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds with any rain showers confined to the eastern zone. But if you live in eastern Bexar County, don't be surprised if you do see a stray shower late tomorrow afternoon, early in the evening. Now, over the weekend, we're going to get a fetch of moisture coming up from the Gulf. Plus, there is a frontal boundary that will be moving into West Texas. That's going to be on Sunday, and then that front will work its way across south central Texas by Monday into Tuesday. That's why rain chances will be going up by the middle of next week, or I should say by the early part of next week. But no rain here today. Again, gradually turning mostly sunny. Forecast high of 89. At lunchtime, we're already going to see some peaks of sunshine. By then, temperatures in the low 80s. Just a slight chance of rain in the eastern zone. The rest of the area looking dry. So a 20% chance of rain Saturday, 30 Sunday, Columbus Day Monday into Tuesday, 40% chance of rain. High temperatures will be coming down by the middle of next week. So no matter where you live, we're going to see rain chances, especially Sunday, Monday into next Tuesday. But you don't need the umbrella over the next couple of days, but don't hide it because you may need to bring it back out this weekend and even Columbus Day. But it's a 3-day weekend for the kiddos since Monday is Columbus Day.
It's a fortnight day.
Oh, Fortnite Day. Or binge watching, you know, catching up on your favorite shows.
Netflix, what have you.
All those new NBC shows.
Oh, yeah.
Got lots to do.
We want to check in with Cleto because apparently he's heading back to school.
So, Cleto, where are you and why are you back in class?
Well, guys, I'm at Highland Hills Elementary. They're getting ready to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. I want to introduce you to a few people. This is Selena Quintanilla, Shakira, Frida, and that's Gracie. She's just regular Gracie. Right, Gracie? Gracie? That's right. Now, I want to introduce you to someone very special because this is, who are you?
Cleto.
Cleto Rodriguez.
Cleto Rodriguez, and tell me a little bit, let's see if you got your facts right.
So, hello, my name is Cleto Rodriguez, and I'm proud to be named after my grandfather, who was one of Texas' first Congressional Medal of Honor winners. I'm 5'8" comic who enjoys family time, day nights, and I'm not gonna lie, some good meatloaf. As San Antonio native, my stand-up comedy reflects what I see on these mean streets, as well as my flavor of my Hispanic culture. A few of my favorite things is exercising, eating out, and singing in the shower. I'm just kidding. Who has time to exercise? I often get mistaken for Brad Pitt, but I don't really see him myself.
Oh, wait. I get mistaken for who?
Brad Pitt.
You're right.
But I don't see him myself. But the one thing I truly enjoy is bringing smiles to people's faces with my gift of laughter.
Oh, you know what? You are like you said that like the Prince of San Antonio, my man. You all right. You're all right.
Yay.
Again, guys, and then we also have a choir right there. Go ahead and start this choir. Got to get a shot of them real quick. Again, Hispanic. You are exactly Cleto Rodriguez, Enrique. And this is Enrique, everybody, Valdez. Yeah.
That little boy,
all right,
that
guys,
little boy is a star.
Yes.
Cleto, you got to get his name. Be his agent.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Oh, very nice. Very sweet.
Welcome back at 6:26. I'm Zora Asbury with your on-time traffic. We're taking a look at speeds around town here. Things look pretty good for the most part. We are seeing a little bit of yellow on the screen here along 1604 and 151. Those are the classic areas that usually get so traffic in the mornings. And as far as drive times go, things look pretty good. Nothing slower than 49 miles per hour. We're also still tracking this accident on 35 southbound at Wiener on the frontage road. So we'll check back in with that in just a little bit, and I'll have more with more on-time traffic. But everybody needs.
All right, Zora, thanks. The Office of Housing and Urban Development is looking to get military vets off the streets. And news for you, we look at just how many people will see that help right here in Bexar County coming up.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning. This is going on right now.
Follow us, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Why wouldn't you?
You're watching News 4 San Antonio today.
The Senate Judiciary Committee will be allowed to read the FBI's report on Judge Brett Kavanaugh within the next half hour. This comes as Senate Republicans push for the beginnings of the confirmation vote tomorrow. What's promoting this push is just ahead in a live report from Washington. But first, Jeanette has your weather.
Now, your 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Calle.
It is 6:30 now on this Thursday morning, National Taco Day. Grab your breakfast tacos and be careful hitting the roadways because we are seeing fog again this morning. Also areas of drizzle, visibility down to under a mile in Gonzales, about a mile in Bernie, and visibility is being reduced to a half a mile still in Pleasanton and Atascosa County. So we have the low clouds and the fog this morning, and then clearing out this afternoon. The only zone that still may see a little rain is the eastern zone. A slight chance for a couple to a few showers, mostly this afternoon. But all of us will see rain chances coming back this weekend. I'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
Jeanette, thank you. We want to update you. If you're just now getting up, there's been a fatality on 35 and Weidner there on the access road. A U.S. postal truck overturned, went up in flames. The driver of that truck has died. On a much lighter note, obviously, the traffic in that area is a nightmare. The frontage road has been cleared off. If you can avoid this area on your morning commute, please do so. We have Christina DeLeon live there at the scene, and we will have the very latest on this accident coming up later in the show.
In less than 30 minutes, senators will begin to read the findings of the FBI's expanded background investigation into Judge Brett Kavanaugh. This comes on the heels of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell scheduling a procedural vote for tomorrow. Tracy Potts is live on Capitol Hill with the story. Tracy, what motivated Senator McConnell's move so soon?
Well, he said all along that he wants to get this vote done quickly, so the procedural vote would put them in line to try to get this done, as he promised, by the end of the week. But it won't give lawmakers much time to scrutinize this report. That process starts in about 30 minutes when members of the Senate Judiciary Committee get it first, and then the rest of the Senate. We have learned just in the last few minutes that the FBI interviewed 10, or they reached out to 10 people. They interviewed 9 of them. 6 of those we know, a lot of them classmates of Judge Kavanaugh.
Tracy, Dr. Ford's attorneys have said they're outraged that she wasn't interviewed for this. They've also said there were around 40 other people they call witnesses that weren't interviewed. If nothing was found in this FBI report,
right,
how are those 3 on-the-fence Republicans expected to vote? Is there any word on which way they might tip?
Right. So that's interesting. When you look at what has been said publicly, there are really 3 different things that they're looking at. Is there any evidence that a sexual assault actually happened and that Judge Kavanaugh was involved, as Dr. Ford said? That's one thing that they'll be looking at. The other thing is whether or not anything that comes up in these interviews or in this report contradicts what Judge Kavanaugh has said, because several of these Republicans who are skeptical have said, if he's found to have lied under oath, that's a deal breaker. They're not voting for him whether or not he was involved in sexual assault. So that's one thing to keep an eye on. And then also just the general politics here, you know, of how this is breaking down. There's a lot of pressure on these Republicans to go with the party, but we know at least 3, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Jeff Flake, have said they're really thinking about this nomination.
Tracy Potts, thank you for the live report.
Time now, 6:33. Developing right now, Crime Stoppers released 3 pictures hoping to catch a guy who's been robbing a fast food restaurant. The suspect was seen on Saturday, September 29th, at a Jack in the Box there on North New Braunfels in East Houston. This was around 6 in the morning. The report says he walked into that restaurant, had a gun, pointed the gun at employees there, and told them to get on the ground. He then demanded money from the registers. If you can figure out who that guy is, if you know him or you know anything about this crime, call Crime Stoppers. The number there, 210-224-STOP.
Some much needed money is coming to San Antonio to help homeless veterans. The money will come from the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Department of Housing and Urban Development. More than 4,000 homeless veterans will now get permanent homes, thanks to $35 million worth of rental assistance vouchers. That includes 40 veterans right here in Bexar County.
Literally, people have bled for us to make sure that we have a life that's better. So anytime that we can attain this voucher and this funding, we apply for it, and we've been rather successful.
HUD expects the grant money to provide homes to 177 homeless veterans across the state of Texas.
In consumer news for you, applying for college financial aid is getting easier with an app. The Department of Education is coming out with a smartphone app called My Student Aid. The app will allow applicants to send tax information to their schools of their choice, as well as compare financial aid information. My Student Aid was created to make applying for financial aid easier compared to the paper-based application. You remember, you grew up, you had all that laid out on the kitchen table. It was crazy, and it went on and on and on. Students, by the way, can now download the app on both the iPhone and the Android.
We will get a sneak peek of the St. Jude Dream Home later today. It's in the beautiful Cresta Bella subdivision on the northwest side with 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Dave and I got a tour of it last week. It is so incredible. It's an incredible house. If you're interested in entering in the drawing to possibly win the dream home or the cash prize, you can do it right now. Go to news4sanantonio.com for details. This is your chance to possibly win a new home and help donate to cancer research and save a life.
They've spared no expense, so go to our website, donate, and you could win that house. All right, coming up, Kim Kardashian West's ex-bodyguard is slapped with a lawsuit. Just how much her insurance company is demanding.
And 7 police officers gunned down while trying to serve a warrant in South Carolina. The veteran officer killed in the shootout and the investigation into who shot them.
This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station.
Your 20 minutes of nonstop news starts right now with a deadly U.S. Postal Office truck crash near I-35 and Weidner. We've been following this all morning long. We've got the latest developments coming up, what caused the driver to veer off the road, and what this could mean for your morning commute.
And it's also National Taco Day, so we are out here with Mr. Maximum's Tacos, and they are whipping up some of their fan favorites for us this morning.
It is. They've got all kinds.
They got it going.
The smell is off the charts good. Nobody wants the 20 minutes of news to end faster than we do today, so we can get right to it. But work comes first. Jeanette Kai, by the way, it hasn't rained in a couple of days. Is it raining tacos?
Oh, it's raining tacos in here.
There you go. Felt something in the air.
Hey, I can guarantee it 100% chance of tacos today.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, our director, created this awesomeness. It's raining tacos. Oh, I don't know. I just felt like I had to sing that. Hey, David and Alexis, don't eat too many tacos out there. Save me a couple. Save Zora and I a couple. Winds from the south bringing in lots of humidity. Also, that's why it feels so muggy outside. We are seeing low clouds and fog, so definitely give yourself some extra time on your morning commute. Take a look at the comfort index. Dew point temperature is mostly in the 70s. So, yeah, if you check out the comfort index there, that puts us in that oppressive category. Kiddos heading off to school. Don't be surprised. It's going to feel like a summer morning. You may walk across areas of fog and mist. 74 degrees at 7 to 8 o'clock this morning. Heading home, a summer-like day, mostly sunny, hot and humid, high 89. Yesterday we topped out at 88. A little warmer today. Tomorrow a repeat, and then we'll start to see rain chances coming in this weekend. I'll talk about those chances of rain and what you can expect next week. That's coming up in just under 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Zora standing by in our traffic center with a look at your on-time traffic. I don't know about you, Zora, but I think I'm going to head outside and join David and Alexis and get a couple tacos.
I think so too. I'll be right behind you, girl. I think I'll take a Jeanette and guisada taco for breakfast. Well, we're taking a look here at an accident. Once again, this is on the O'Connor exit on 35 southbound, and they're asking that you guys avoid the frontage road if possible. Make sure to just take the highway, take the exit before or after, and that exit before I would say would be O'Connor Road to make sure that you guys get to where you need to go. But as far as traffic times around the city, we are starting to see a little bit of a slowdown here on 151 headed eastbound and then or southbound, and then we have 1604 on the northwest side of town headed east. We do see a little bit of traffic there, and same story with 35. We see a little bit headed southbound on 35, but that's pretty typical for your morning drive. As far as drive times, the only major slowdown we're seeing there is once again on 1604 eastbound between Highway 16 and I-10 West. And as we take a look here at 35 at Weidner, this is where Christina De Leon has been standing by, and you guys can see several lights here, and they're directing traffic back onto the highway. So that's something to watch out for this morning. We'll check back in just a little bit with more on-time traffic.
Zora, thanks. That's a overhead shot of that scene right there. We want to go to the scene on the ground. A U.S. Postal Service truck overturns, burst into flames. Christina De Leon has been there all morning long. Christina, do we know what caused the driver to veer off the road yet?
No, not yet. In fact, traffic investigators are trying to determine that now. They've interviewed people who actually saw this truck veer off the highway here and end up on the access road along 35 southbound past Weidner. What we've been seeing all morning long, though, because there are some businesses on the access road, police have been just slowly and gently letting people through carefully who actually need to be over here, but there is still a lot of scene going on back here along the access road. Here's what we can tell you about what happened, though. It's around 1:15 this morning. Police were called out here to the access road of 35 southbound past Weidner for this wreck. Now, according to witnesses who tell police, the driver of a postal truck somehow veered off the road, ended up in a ditch right alongside the access road, ended up flipping the trailer onto the cab, which then burst into flames, and sadly the driver died at the scene. That postal truck was engulfed in flames for a short period of time alongside that cab there with it. Some of that cargo was able to be removed and put into a new postal truck. Traffic investigators came out after the fire department to try to determine what caused that driver to lose control, including whether or not he may have fallen asleep at the wheel when he veered off. They were doing lots of measurements out here throughout the night. In the meantime, there are businesses alongside the highway here on the access road. And again, like I mentioned, police are letting some of the people in to go to where they need to go this morning. CPS is also trying to restore power in the area because the utility line was taken out as well. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. Breaking news overnight. One police officer is dead. 6 others are hurt after someone gunned them down while they were serving a search warrant in Florence, South Carolina. 3 sheriff's deputies and 3 officers were hit. Police say a 30-year veteran, Officer Terrence Caraway, was shot and killed. After 2 hours, a 20-year-old was taken into custody, and we're waiting to learn more about that person and get an update on the 6 other officers' and deputies' conditions.
Well, new this morning, police are trying to find the person who robbed and stabbed a man near Fort Sam Houston. This happened on Morningside near Riddeman and Harry Wurzbach around 3:45 a.m. The victim reportedly robbed and stabbed. Still no word on a description of that suspect. Closing arguments are scheduled to happen later today in the trial of a man accused of brutally attacking a baby. It's one of the worst cases Bexar County investigators say they have ever seen. Isaac Cardenas is charged with super aggravated sexual assault of a child. That child's mother called police back on December 31st of 2016, claiming that the baby had been attacked by dogs. Investigators went, they checked it all out, and they later determined that the woman's story didn't add up. If convicted, this guy could face up to life in prison.
Today, the Massachusetts highest court will hear opening arguments in the appeal for a suicide text-inspired death. Michelle Carter was convicted of involuntary manslaughter for sending text messages to her then-boyfriend, urging him to kill himself. Last year, she was sentenced to 15 months in jail. If the conviction stands, prosecutors think this could set the precedent for other cases of anyone who encourages suicide.
That upcoming ruling comes as we are looking into a developing story out of Jourdanton. Police there are looking into reports that a 12-year-old boy was bullied before he took his own life. Now, according to a study done 2 years ago, a CDC study, suicide is the second leading cause of death for kids anywhere from the age of 10 all the way up to 24. Maureen Molak knows the pain all too well. Her son David took his own life 2 years ago. She is now sending a message to the family who is mourning the loss of their own son.
One of those things where, you know, until it's a problem in your life or until it touches your life, do you really realize that it is such a serious issue? It's okay to use the word, you know, suicide, and it's okay to ask your child if they're thinking about harming themselves.
Maureen and the Molak family started David's Legacy in honor of her late son. The nonprofit spreads awareness and suicide prevention. For more information on this, we have a link on our website, news4sanantonio.com.
In North Texas, a middle school student was killed when a school bus rolled and caught on fire. It happened in Mesquite, east of Dallas. According to police, 40 kids were on board, ranging in age from 6th grade to 8th grade. 3 students were sent to the hospital. Their conditions are not known right now. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused this crash.
Well, the Alamo Defenders Descendants Association is suing Alamo Trust and the Texas General Land Office, get this, for less than $20. They allege their First Amendment rights were violated. According to the lawsuit, the association claims it has not been able to hold its candlelight service there at the Alamo Chapel. The suit also alleges 2 members were removed from Alamo Plaza for wearing T-shirts that read, "Don't move the cenotaph." The plaintiffs are asking for $18.36 plus attorney fees.
Right now, a Westside Piñata factory owner is asking for help after $1 million worth of inventory and her business were destroyed in a fire. Cynthia Cuevas spent 20 years building San Antonio's largest piñata company. Now, all that work is a pile of ashes and rubble. For decades, the startup business served major events throughout the city, but flames broke out and tore through the factory, destroying piñatas and all her other party supplies on Tuesday night.
Everything that I own is in here. This is my bank account, and it's all gone. The entire premise is damaged. From the front door to the back door, it's all completely gone.
She also says she doesn't have insurance. The business desperately needs cleaning supplies, a dumpster, and anyone who's willing to come out and donate their time to help her clean up.
Well, we have just seen the First Lady, Melania Trump, leave Ghana as she continues her trip through the continent of Africa. Mrs. Trump boarded a plane for the journey from the West African nation. She's going to continue now and head southeast. She also has stops planned in Kenya and Egypt later in the week. By the way, this is her first solo international trip where she began promoting her Be Best campaign.
In entertainment news today, former Death Row co-founder and rap producer Suge Knight goes before a judge. He'll get his sentence for running over and killing a Compton businessman back in 2014. Knight pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. He could get up to 30 years in prison.
Kim Kardashian West, the insurance company, her insurance company is suing for her former bodyguard for $6.1 million. Now, the lawsuit says the bodyguard and his company didn't do their jobs. The lawsuit stems from when Kardashian was robbed in Paris a couple of years ago. She claims she was tied up and the thieves stole around $10 million worth of jewelry.
4Zone weather.
It is 6:50 on this Thursday morning. A live look outside from a World Car weather cam. We are seeing the high humidity again this morning. Also some patchy fog and a little misty. Currently 75 degrees with a dew point temperature of 71. Current temperatures all across the 4 zones in the 70s. A summer-like morning, and we're going to top out this afternoon with temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. So more summer-like weather later in the day. Dew point temperatures mostly in the 70s. Anytime we have dew points in the 70s, it feels from very muggy to downright oppressive. You have to give yourself some extra time on your morning commutes because of the fog again this morning. We had this yesterday morning and it's here again this morning. Visibility will improve after 9 o'clock in the morning. No rain showing up on radar. As I mentioned earlier, that precipitation that is falling is too light for radar to pick it up. So don't be surprised if you do have to use the windshield wipers at times on your commute this morning. This afternoon, it gradually clears out. We should see more breaks in the cloud cover, bringing us mostly sunny skies. A couple showers possible, couple to a few showers possible there, mostly east of I-35. Tomorrow morning, we'll have the clouds again, patchy fog, maybe a little drizzle. By tomorrow afternoon, partly to mostly sunny. Couple more showers there in our eastern zone tomorrow. We'll see some more moisture coming in from the Gulf, and then a frontal boundary will be moving into West Texas. We'll see that front coming through Monday into Tuesday, so by then chances of rain do go up. But no rain for today. Again, we have the low clouds, fog, and high humidity this morning. This afternoon becoming mostly sunny and a high of 89. Just a slight chance of rain in the eastern zone. The hill country 85. Highs in the low 90s in the western zone. Check out the Edwards Aquifer. 676.8 is where it stands right now. We did see an uptick a tenth of a foot in the last 24 hours. 7-day forecast calls for dry weather tomorrow and then a slight chance of rain Saturday, a 30% chance of rain Sunday. Still pretty toasty this weekend. And there goes that 40% chance of rain Columbus Day Monday into next Tuesday. Chances of rain and a little cooler by the middle part of next week. The western zone dry for a couple of days and then rain chances coming back over the weekend. Pretty much the same story in the hill country. A 40% chance of rain in the hill country from Sunday through early next week. The eastern zone, slight chance of rain today, 30 tomorrow, and then 40 this upcoming weekend. Another surge of moisture there by next Tuesday. So you can pack away the umbrella for the next couple of days, but you'll need it again this weekend. More on your 4-zone forecast available online at news4sa.com.
I'm Ashley Sutton with your morning rundown. A new development just in on soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo. He's been left off Portugal's national soccer team as he fights rape allegations that he denies. And right now on Capitol Hill, senators are about to have access to a secure location where the FBI's report on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh is being held. It centers around accusations of sexual misconduct in high school. The full Senate is set to take an initial vote on his confirmation tomorrow. There's a new development on a Texas Border Patrol agent who authorities describe as a serial killer. Officials say Juan David Ortiz likely used his government-issued weapon to carry out the killings. He's accused of murdering 4 women and kidnapping another near Laredo last month. Houston City Council has stopped the opening of a so-called robot brothel. A Canadian company has already broken ground on the business, but it cannot open now that the council unanimously approved a change to a city ordinance. Well, listen to this. A Utah couple says that their toddler shredded more than $1,000 that they had saved for football season tickets. Shredded it. The good news is, though, they can get all that money back. There's a government department dedicated to mutilated money.
All righty, thank you so much, Ashley. We are taking a look at on-time traffic. We are out of the taco truck right now, but we're going to actually take a look at roadways. We want to take a look at the accident that happened on 35 southbound at Weidner. So as you guys can see, they are continuing to monitor that. They're starting to clear things up after that investigation is starting to be underway. But once again, that is a fatal accident that we're watching this morning. But if we can take a look at our speed map, speeds around town look pretty good for your morning commute. Not very many slowdowns, not very much red or yellow on the screen, but that could change in the next few minutes to an hour as more people get up and they start hitting the roads. And I'm sure people are going to want to make some extra time to get a breakfast taco this morning because today is National Taco Day. Alexis Dosed already has her breakfast taco. Is that an egg and cheese?
Here we go.
Egg and
potato and cheese.
We had 2 bean and cheese. We had a potato
egg and cheese.
And then they didn't have carne asada, so they had steak and egg.
That's okay.
Which was fantastic.
National Taco Day.
This is all courtesy of Mr. Maximum. By the way, you guys are paying for it, right? I guess I'm gonna pay. By the way, super hot, little hot, lot of hot. Monumental hot. All right.
Well, so good.
Is there a better place to be on National Taco Day than San Antonio?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Any of us can talk because our mouths are all full.
The party is right here.
Be sure, by the way, to send us. I was going to say email. That shows my age. On Instagram, Twitter, social media, Facebook, obviously. Let us know where you like to get your breakfast tacos or late night tacos.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for deals, we have some of them on our website as well around San Antonio.
And as Dave said, your mom and your grandma, we know they make the best ones. We want to know the places you go to the store or go out to eat. We know your family comes
kind
first.
of taco. I love bean and cheese. Alexis, she loves bean and cheese, but she also loves potato, cheese.
That's
egg,
awesome, my man. These are awesome.
If you see this food truck anywhere, Mr. Maximus.
Here's what I love. This is what I love more than anything when it comes to tacos. I like it when they also cook the tortilla. They kind of fry the tortilla a little bit, toast it a little bit. It kind of adds a little I'm not kidding. I like a little bit of like if you burn it just a hint, that kind of adds a little bit of extra.
Do you remember the old school way we used to throw the tortilla like on the spiral stove and you'd have the little char marks? Did y'all ever do that back in the day?
My mother-in-law is one of the flatteners. She doesn't call it a
that's new school.
My husband's mom calls it a flattener or something. I don't know.
They don't call it a flattener in Honduras. I don't know what they call it, but it makes amazing.
They call them yummy tacos. Again, for the best deals around San Antonio, they're on our website, news4sanantonio.com. I think there were street tacos from one place as low as $1.
$1.
All right, so go
happy
ahead.
National Taco
Yeah, absolutely.
Day.
It's celebrated as well. Thanks for watching us this morning. We'll see you at News 4 at noon. Hot weather.
Happy eating.
Oh, it's muggy out here.
Taco
Eat a
weather.
taco. It'll make it all better. See you at noon.